How start a career as a freight forwarder UK. You must follow a series of instructions if you want to start a career as a freight forwarder in the UK. In your role as a freight forwarder, you will be responsible for using various computer systems to determine which mode of transportation is most appropriate for the goods in question and the delivery specifications provided by the customer. You will be responsible for organizing shipments through an existing network of contacts, using the services offered by shipping lines, airlines, and road and rail freight operators. The freight forwarding company can perform the service themselves in certain circumstances. However, this is different. We will provide an answer to the question, what does a freight forwarder do? And how to start a career as a freight forwarder UK, and the skills that can be helpful, and get an idea of how much money the average freight forwarder makes in the UK. Contents: How to start a career as a freight forwarder UK. What does a freight forwarder do? Export haulage. Customs clearance for export. Things to check. Customs clearance for imports. Arrival at destination and handling. How to start a career as a freight forwarder UK. A person or company that works in the transportation industry's logistics sector to determine the most cost-effective means of moving goods from one location to another is known as a freight forwarder. They typically play the role of intermediaries between a shipping company and the location where the shipping company is transporting goods destined to be delivered. Because they are responsible for various tasks, freight forwarders play an essential part in the logistics and transportation sectors. What does a freight forwarder do? The answer is that they do several things that help shipping and transportation work better. Freight forwarders are companies that specialize in moving goods. They make sure that companies can import and export goods safely and efficiently. They might get close to importers and exporters and take control of the goods to ensure they are delivered safely and cheaply. Even though they don't move the cargo themselves, they handle every step of the shipping process for their clients. They act as a bridge between producers or manufacturers and delivery companies. IZ Global Logistics as a freight forwarder usually choose the best way to ship goods based on their size, how they need to be delivered, and what they are, and in this article is at your service to tell you how start a career as a freight forwarder UK. You could even work internationally, helping to move goods between countries and ensuring that businesses follow the rules set by the government. To start a career as a freight forwarder UK, you need to know the information like export haulage. The first step, export haulage, is when a transportation company takes goods from a company to the freight forwarder's warehouse. The shipping method depends on what the company is sending and how far away the warehouse is. The package could arrive in a few hours or a few days. Customs clearance for export before an international shipment can go to another country. Customs agents in the country where the product was made have to give their permission for it to leave. Agents might look at the product and the paperwork that goes with it to ensure they match. They also check that the product is safe and legal before letting it leave. Things to check: when the receiving team unpacks the items in the warehouse, it is a checkpoint for those items. They check the products to make sure they have been protected in transit and to make sure they are the same as what was booked. The freight forwarding team also ensures that the shipment is accepted at its final destination. Customs clearance for Imports. When the shipment arrives at its final destination, the country's officials check the paperwork that the freight forwarder gave to ensure it matches the product. They also contain to ensure the product is legal and can be brought into the country. If customs agents charge fees, the freight forwarder will bill the shipper for them later. Arrival at destination and handling. After the shipment clears customs, the freight forwarders work with a transportation company to get the product ready to be sent to its final destination. They get the shipping paperwork, which includes the following: invoices, certificate of bill of lading, export packing list, license, and declaration document, origin certificate, certificate of inspection. After the product has been checked, they put it on a truck and take it to the import warehouse. Import haulage. Import haulage happens when the product is made from the critical warehouse to its final destination. Depending on the product and the distance to the destination, a freight forwarder may choose one or more types of transportation. How long the import haulage takes depends on how far it has to go and what kind of transportation is used. It usually takes between a few hours and a few days.